If he was still alive today, Ronaldo Fenomeno might have never existed. Everyone knows Pelé, Neymar, Ronaldinho, but what about Dener? The man who had the flair of Neymar and the killer instinct of Ronaldo. Maradona himself stopped mid-game just to applaud his greatness. But Dener never got the chance to show the world his full potential, because at just 23 years old, he was gone. Only 3 days before signing his first European contract. 2 months before the 1994 World Cup. So who was Dener? And why do Brazilians still name their kids after him? Let's go back to 1986. After losing his father at just 15 years old, Dener had to stop football just to help his mom with the bills. Until one futsal tournament saved his life. 7,000 people in the stands, live on TV. Dener took every award of that tournament, earning himself a place at Portuguesa. But Dener was a street kid. His family only knew that he was still alive by watching him live on TV. Things were getting bad. He got caught stealing from his teammates, then he got caught for armed robbery. The club had to step in and promise the police that they would take care of him. In one match, he dribbled half the opposition. It is to this day considered the greatest goal scored by a Portuguesa player of all time. He is the closest thing that comes to Pelé. But trouble followed him everywhere. He once showed up to training with a car full of bullet holes, and he was caught hiding a blade in his socks, trying to hurt one of his teammates. His bad boy image kept him out of the national team, so he had to make a change. He joined Vasco da Gama. This is where his career starts getting interesting. In his debut, he played against Maradona's Newell's Boys. He was so good, even Maradona had to stop and watch. Maradona went to the locker room right after the game and wanted to shake his hand. From that day, he was forever the kid that showed Maradona how it's done. But behind the scenes, his life was falling apart. His girlfriend, who had just given him his third child, dies in a car accident. And then Vasco da Gama told him, Dener, we cannot afford you no more. Dener loved Vasco da Gama and he did not want to leave. So he proposed an idea that would later lead him to his death. Told him, I'll sign a new contract if you get me a new Mitsubishi Eclipse. Dener loved that car. But no matter how dark his life would get, Dener still had one goal: get to Europe. And he finally did. He finally signed his contract with Stuttgart for over $3 million. But 3 days later, he was dead. He had to go to Rio de Janeiro in order to finalize his paperwork to move to Stuttgart. His family told him, take the plane, it's faster, it's safer. But Dener didn't want to leave his car behind. He told them, it's fine, I'm bringing my friend with me. We'll take turns driving, one will sleep, one will drive. At 5 a.m., his friend fell asleep on the wheel and they crashed into a tree. The driver survived with 2 broken legs. But Dener wasn't so lucky. Because he was sleeping and he had the seat laid back, the seatbelt unfortunately strangled him. And just like that, Brazil lost one of their greatest talents ever. Dener was expected to be the star for the 1994 World Cup. Ronaldo Fenomeno was also an up-and-coming youngster, but was always